Every or most RuneScape players have seen chunk lock challenges, locking yourself to a certain area that's difficult to get to, but no RuneScape players have been brave enough to take on the Dwarf Challenge. What's the Dwarf Challenge? Really? You haven't heard? Makes sense, I guess. It's a challenge that I created 5 seconds ago in my head. Basically, you've got to roleplay as a dwarf. How did I come up with this idea? Simple. At first I was going to do an elf, because they've got a lot of fanfic about them, and I decided that's too easy. There's already a lot of fanfic. Went on to orcs and ogres. Still a crazy amount of fanfic, but already a lot. Dwarves. Least amount of fanfic out there, by far. Ask Reddit. Trust me, they'll tell you. They know all about it. Goal of this series to increase the fanfic and see how far I can go as a dwarf. So let's get into it. I started out this challenge by naming myself a very famous dwarf that everybody knows. So which dwarf, you're asking? Well, of course, Bushwick Bill. He was known for many things, such as his membership in the Texas hip-hop group Ghetto Boys. He was a Jamaican rapper, and he originally joined as a breakdancer in 1986 as Little Billy. Hear that? Little Billy. Anyway, funny dwarf puns out of the way, and I got a lot of them, so get ready. I got a lot. I mean, they're kind of short and sweet, but I got a few of them. After that, I just did I just finished up Tutorial Island. I got as little XP as possible, and just so you guys know, I'm doing the hardcore Iron Man instead of normal Iron Man, which basically it's like an Iron Man, but if you die, I just get set to a normal Iron Man. I don't really know. You guys can see my pin. Oh, just kidding. No, you can't. Anyway, after I got to Lumbridge, I dropped everything out of my inventory, even the pickaxe. And I know what you're thinking. Dwarves need pickaxes. First of all, that's a stereotype. Not cool, dude. And second of all, I'm going to get everything from Dwarven Mines because I'm not a dirty little cheater. On the way there, though, I was a little conflicted of whether or not I should grab my hardcore Iron Man armor and, like, gear set. No, I probably could have, and, like, it wouldn't matter. But I just feel like it's cheating because it's basically like getting, like, iron armor. Or actually, no, the hardcore Iron Man armor is better than that. I don't even know. It's like getting iron armor off rip, which is not cool, and it's cheating. Anyway, as I run to my destination, which is the Dwarven Mines in Falador, I'm going to explain the rules real quick. Now, the rules they're kind of long, and I don't really want to explain anyone, or like all of them. I don't even know what word I tried to say before that, but I'm going to break it down pretty simple. I'm going to start off in the Dwarven Mine, right? And it's kind of going to be like a chunk lock account, which if you don't know what that is, basically I've got to like max out all my stats for that area. I've got to buy everything in the area. I've got to get every drop from every mob in the area, so on and so forth. I am going to break the bank and buy a membership to complete some of the stuff because like you can't buy crossbows without it. But I'm going to max out or try to max out everything that I can up until the moment of like needing that. So basically I'm going to try to do all the free to play stuff first before I get the membership, just because I don't know, that's how I feel like doing it. And then after that, that's I'm going to think about the rules for outside of the Dwarven Mine once I get there. The end game for this account, of course, is the luscious and lugubrious fire cape. Got that one from Little Ugly Mane. And I know what you're thinking. Why not the infernal cape? I might when I get there. I don't know. It just feels like a lot more work. One thing, though, is after I leave the Dwarven Mines, again, I said I'll talk about it once I get there. You know, cross that bridge when you get there. Speed that. I think I'm going to, like, that's the thing. Like, I don't want to put too many restrictions on the account. Like, I can't go to the elves to do, like, fletching. Because those dirty elves, you know, dwarves, elves, they have, like, a beef and stuff for some reason. I really don't know why. But, like, I don't really want to put a restriction saying I can't go there. But I'll probably put a restriction saying I can't go there just because, like, you know, Bill Wick, or what's his name? Bushwick Bill. He's a dwarf. 3'8", by the way. I swear to God, he's 3'8". Alright, bush talk aside. Now that I'm in the Dwarven Mines, I'm going to give you a little breakdown of my professional game plan. So first thing first, I need a pick, right? A pickaxe. I'm a dwarf. Without a pickaxe, I feel naked. So for that I need some money. I know what you're thinking. How's a dwarf gonna get money? You know, a little suck and tug behind the the old crates. No, that's gross, and I'm appalled that you would even suggest that to a fine dwarf like myself. So I originally just tried the pie dish because you only need 1 coin to buy the bronze pickaxe, and then after that you can mine copper and you can easily get money. So I tried to sell a pie dish, and he was like, "I'm not gonna buy that for money." I was like, "Damn, you're a stingy ass dwarf. Just give me 1 coin." But he wasn't gonna buy it, so I'm like, "Oh, what am I gonna do now?" And then out of the corner of my eye, my very small eye, get it, 'cause I'm a dwarf, I found the bronze chainmail chest piece. Same thing, bronze chest piece chainmail. This sells for a whopping 18 GP. I almost shat bricks when I saw this. I was like, oh my god. Of course I had to wear the first one. I was feeling a little bougie about it. But this is the money maker early game in the Dwarven Mines. Alright? 18, and then every time you sell it to him, it only loses 2 GP value. Are you serious? A whole inventory of these is probably a good amount of money. I'm not going to do the math because it feels like too much work. But if you sell like 2 to each world, I'm just saying this was good. This helped me get the steel pick, as you guys will see. This was a crazy monumental find for me. So I know what you're thinking. Now that I have the pick, what's a dwarf gonna do with a pickaxe in the mines? Cue the fucking montage, baby. Yeah, don't listen to him. I actually leveled up way faster than I thought. I mean, I knew it was gonna be pretty quick to hit level 6, but I hit it in like a minute. I wasn't even done doom scrolling and I was already there. So now I needed money for a steel pick because I was level 6. You know what you're thinking? Dude, that's like 600 coins. Where are you gonna get that GP? I'll tell you, right in this corner. As I said earlier, I'm a scientist, right? I kind of figured this shit out pretty quick. I was like, bronze chain body. I'm gonna grab a bunch of those Johns, and then I'm gonna sell it, and I'm gonna buy a steel pick. That's what I did. I didn't record it because I was legit standing in that corner world hopping, and then I sold all of them. I world hopped selling them as well just to maximize the profit. You know how it be. Then I bought a steel pick, threw the old one out. Now, cue the montage. Now, what you're probably thinking is, no montage? I know, I'm a blue balling you guys. But I just wanted to go more over the rules because I was kind of a little bit of niche with it. That's totally not the word, bro. I was vague. Vague is the word. I'm going to start off with talking about how I'm going to be doing the chunk lock. So originally, chunk lock rules, if you don't know, is you've got to do all the quests in that area. Well, this is for a chunk. I'm not in a chunk. I'm in a mine. Totally different, by the way. So try to keep up. It's by doing all the quests, meeting all the skill requirements, and obtaining the best in-slot items. And then you generate a new chunk. Again, I'm not in a chunk. I'm in a mine. So those rules don't really apply here. Like, for instance, the quests. I don't really have access to any quests. Or at least not yet, until I go to what is it? Is it Calidor? It's Keldagrim. I had to search it up because I was so lost. But anyways, so I can't do anything until I do that. But to get to Keldagrim, I can't be free to play anymore because I have to take the minecart over there. But you also have to think I currently have access to the Motherlode mine once I get to a mining level 30, which in that I can get the prospector kit. So that's the thing. Like, I don't think I was originally planning to go to the Motherlode mines. I'm gonna talk more about it next video. So I'm gonna skip that for now. But just know, like, I've got to decide, really. Like, it's up to me if I want to take these paths or these routes. But that's all for the future, aka next episode, aka the time in between next episode when I like research stuff on Reddit. Which is my only form of researching, by the way. I don't use Google or Twitter. I don't use those. So that's for the future. So for right now, the goal is, I don't know why I paused so much. That's kind of awkward. Anyways, the goals are 30 combat, 41 mining, and just a little bit of money to help me out in case I need it. Not too much. I'm not going to focus on it, but it is going to be needed for the future, so I'm not going to like run away from it right now. First, let's talk about the main goal, the number one thing I focused. You would think a dwarf would want to focus on mining, right? Nope, it's combat. The dwarf drops, and I'm going to put them up on screen, so be careful. Now, looking at these loot drops, I mean, they don't drop anything crazy. I mean, nature runes are nice, but I'm not really doing much magic down here. Same thing with the chaos. So let's take a better look at this weapons and armor drop table. So the best in slot weapon for us and the best in slot armor for us is going to be that bronze med helm and that iron battle axe, which worst case scenario, we're going to have to kill like 128 dwarves, maybe more if I get unlucky, but probably less because I'm super lucky. Anyways, now let's talk about the mining. Now I want 41 mining so I can use the rune pickaxe, which is the best in slot pickaxe for the dwarven mines. There's only one problem with it in that it is a little bit pricey. 32,000 GP. It's a little pricey, but it's fine. Anyways, let's look at the table of what I have to mine. The highest mining level I'm going to have to be to complete this is adamantium at level 70. It's going to be a little bit of a grind, but it's really not that bad compared to most stuff, so that's probably gonna be the hardest grind of this whole sheboing. And that is pretty much it for what I can do in this section of the Dwarven Mines until I get to Keldagrim, which I've decided I'm not going to go to until I get level 60, so I can lock the Mining Guild and Keldagrim. And at that point, I'm gonna have to buy a bond because you need a bond to use the minecart conductor to get to Keldagrim. And then, of course, after I get the membership, I'll be able to go to the crossbow shop. And it's really just going to open up a whole new, like, section for me. And the reason, I know what you're probably thinking. You're probably like, dude, why do you need level 30 combat then if you're just going to be punching on dwarves? It's because if I want to go mine gold and coal and adamant, I'm going to need higher combat so they don't attack me so I can safely farm. The dwarves are passive because, of course, I'm a dwarf. In case you forgot, that's kind of like this whole thing. But the scorpions, which are level 14, which guard the coal and really all the good materials, they're level 14. And there's also king scorpions, which guard the gold and the adamant. They only have 2 spawns, but they're level 32. So level 14 scorpions, I've got to be at least combat level 29, because if I'm less than 29, they'll be aggressive towards me, aggro me, and then my farming is going to be so slow it's not even funny. The same thing with the king scorpions, but for that I gotta be combat level 65, which I'm not going to do, but I found a method around that you'll see, which made the farming still super easy. So that's why I want the combat, and of course this is an ultimate hardcore Iron Man, so kind of don't want to die. That'd be embarrassing, especially if I get punched out by a dwarf. And then finally there's money. This is going to be the biggest hiccup, or at least in my personal opinion, as of making this right now. It might change in the future, so don't hold me to this. But I think this is going to be the biggest pain, because for one, after I get a membership, which it should be pretty easy because I'll be able to go to a Allgrim or whatever, or Cadgrim. I keep forgetting the name. It doesn't really matter. But I'll be able to go there, and I'll be able to do thieving and stuff like that, so it should help with my money once I get there. But as of right now, before I can leave there, if you remember, I need level 60 mining at least, and I need the rune pickaxe because I need all my best in slot items. Which means, in this little mine, I'm going to have to get 32,000 GP. Now, it's not that big of a deal because I have access to gold, right? I'll have adamant, and I have coal, which those can sell for a fair amount, but a full inventory of gold, if I world swap, gives me about, like, I think it's 1,000. So that means I'm going to need 32 inventories, which isn't bad. It'll just be a little time consuming. Not to mention the fact that while I'm mining gold, I've got a world swap so that the king scorpion doesn't attack me. Oh, and I also forgot, because I'm buying the bond while I'm still in the Dwarven Mines, I'm going to have to do all bond stuff in the Dwarven Mines before I can leave to Keldagrim, or the Mining Guild, right? So, I mean, after I unlock them, then I'll buy the bond, but I won't be able to go there until I complete all the crossbow stuff, and it's going to be a minute. This first episode is just going to be like me kind of showing you guys what I'm doing, and then after that, it'll get more interesting. I pinky promise. It's just for right now, I really just kind of got to grind out 60 mining and at least 30 combat. So it's not really going to be that interesting, I'm going to be honest. This is kind of like the epitome. So I started out, as I said, killing rats. The goal for me personally was to get level 20 combat at least to start farming up dwarves. And then I was just going to swap between dwarves and rats. But first, I got to get level 20 off the rat. Watch this! Pretty sweet, right? While I was recording that, I farmed up all this loot. Just while, not even recording that, while I was like editing that, I got that much. So that kind of took me a minute. So you only get one this episode. I'm capping it there, dude. I can't do anymore. I'm done. Thankfully, that montage saved us a lot of time. Yeah. Otherwise, he would have been there hitting rats for like 2 hours. What a stupid idiot. Thankfully, that montage made it like 30 seconds. So anyway, because of that little speed up, I got to the level I wanted, and I was able to start farming up dwarves. Let's go. Sadly, on my first dwarf farming run, or kind of like my little dwarf / rat farming runs that I was doing, my computer crashed like an hour in, which was so, dude, I was like, it's fine, right? Like, every time a YouTuber says that, like, their computer crashed and they lost the recording, I'm like, they're faking it, dude, they just cheated. But mine actually did crash, and I actually did lose the recording, which sucks, because I got my best in slot item. I got the bronze med helm
Dwarf,
and the steel battle axe, or iron battle axe. I got them crazy quick, dude. I got the battle axe first. I got it like 20 dwarves in. It was nuts. But sadly, I lost that. It's fine. I can't really do anything about it, so I just gotta live with it. So after that, I swapped to doing dwarves and mining iron. I was doing this because I needed money. Especially now, I really realize the importance of like multitasking and really using my time. Because I had enough combat to successfully kill like 2 or 3 dwarves once I was max HP. So I was really just focused on money, because I was looking over and I'm like, dude, I'm going to need a lot of money. Like whatever 32,000 plus, I think it's like 52,000. What is that? 84,000? I'm going to need 84,000 GP before I can leave. And that's not even accounting for the bolts that the crossbow's going to use. I'm going to need a lot of moolah. So I thought I might as well start now. Plus, I wanted the adamant pickaxe because I was almost at the level to use it. So I was like, I'm just going to multitask, make some money, get some combat XP, and really work it to the bone. I know what you're thinking. Is there another montage coming up? Maybe. No, I lied. If I did that, the video would be too long. But I will show you step for step what I'm doing, and basically what I did for the whole 10 or so hours that I spent mining. Step 1, get a full inventory. Step 2, boogie on down to a Drago's mine shop. He's got the best deals. He's technically got better deals than the general shop owner, but the general shop owner is way less contested. So it really just depends on like who's on, what time it is, stuff like that. And of course, you're going to want to world hop to maximize profits. And then after that, you're not going to believe it. You just repeat. And then once you get max HP, of course, you go punch on some dwarves. And then after you get level 30 mining and at least level 29 combat, you can then go over and mine that nice little coal vein that they got. I only recommend doing it after you've got at least level 30 or... wait, no, it's 29 combat, so that the scorpions don't attack you. Otherwise, it's a pain. But after you do that, you're able to move on to coal. Little step up. You make way more money off of coal, by the way. It's like an exponential increase. It's wicked. And then you just rinse and repeat that until you're level 40. By this time, you should be able to afford the adamant pickaxe, which is going to help a boatload. Actually, it's probably not. I don't really know how the pickaxe scaling works too well. I know that the higher the pickaxe, the better and more effective it is. So I would just recommend buying the adamant pickaxe, because once you're level 40, you're going to be mining gold. And the way that I'm about to show you guys, it's kind of cheap. It's not cheesy. It's just, it's a whole lot safer if you mine the gold faster. So for my expert gold mining strategy is get run, at least 30 run, and then just run over the gold really fast, like this. after you're there, just mine them and then world hop. The number one thing here is you just gotta watch out for the King Scorpion. They really don't aggro that much. I think I've only been aggroed like twice, and I've done this for probably like 4 or 5 inventories because they spawn towards the middle and they stay towards the middle. I recommend going between 2 or 3 worlds that has like those King Scorpion farmers on it, whether they're bots or not, because they immediately go over to the King Scorpion and take all of its aggro. Which, dude, that just makes it so much more helpful. I found 2 worlds with some guy with like mithril armor. I was just farming the scorpions, and it made it so much safer, and I just felt so much better. Because remember, this is a hardcore Iron Man. So see, I saw that scorpion coming, and I was like, I'm out, shorty. Hit me up next time. So yeah, that's kind of the goal. I just world hop between 3 worlds that were safe for me, and that's just what I recommend. And then after you get a full inventory, of course, you run on back. Sadly, unless you have level 60, you can't enter the mining guild, so it's not like you can run in there to escape the scorpion and then world hop from safety. There's not really anywhere safe you can go because the king scorpions can roam this whole area here. So you just kind of got to play safe and watch out. It's really not like, they're not crazy. I don't even think they can max hit for more than like 6. Or at least they never max hit me for more than 4. But I got like level 30 defense. So yeah, sadly you can't avoid them though. That's what I was gonna say. I was kind of just babbling on, but you can't avoid them unless you've got a combat level of 65, which that's probably not gonna happen for a minute. So you've kind of just got to live with them. While I was editing the previous part of this video, I got a lot of bronze, so I thought I would use this and see how close I can get. Then after that, I sold all of my loot off to the general store guy. I did world hop for every single thing, so I got the most profit possible. Kind of took a minute, but it was actually totally worth it. I got like, what was it? I think I got like 3,000 GP from it, and I what's it called? God, I can't think of it. Oh, I broke the 10,000 GP threshold, so I'm officially about like a third of the way to my rune pickaxe. Big deal, big deal. Anyway, guys, that'll do it for right now. I'll throw up my stats on screen for right now. Next episode, before the episode even starts, I'm gonna have level 60 so we can actually do some stuff that's nice. I'll give proof that I got there though. It's fine. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed.